What is up, flock? Feenix here, and welcome back to the Farming Simulator 22 Feenix Moment. This is where we talk about everything that happened last week, everything that happened this week, and so on. But before we get into last week, you guys know we have to start off by thanking our elite flock members. These are beautiful people that help support the channel every single month, and one of the perks of being an elite flock member is you get your name shouted out at the beginning of every Feenix Moment. So without further ado, let's run down this list of awesome people. We have Cast Pajamas, Keegan F04, Mr. Matt Carter, Mr. Brad, Tater Leper, and JT Bathars Gaming. Thank you guys so very much for your continued support. It does mean a lot to me, and as always, I love your faces. If you're interested in joining this list of awesome people, you can check out that join button down below. It'll tell you everything you need to know. And let's move on to our comment of the week. Now, our comment of the week comes from, let's see, I just had it. Actually, maybe there wasn't a comment. Maybe oh, yeah, here it is. Sorry. I lost it. Someone said, can you do a mod spotlight on all those fire trucks you have? He's talking about Farming Sim 22. So those mods are paid mods. Those are paid mods that come from a Patreon. In order to get them, you have to do the Patreon, and I'm not, I don't do mods that are like that. If I do mods, they're public, that you have, there has to be a public link that you can click and go to. So unfortunately, no, I won't do a mod spotlight on those. If you want, you can check out the Patreon, and the Patreon, if you type in is it GMYK Emergency Vehicle Outfitters, and you just type in Patreon, it should come up. If not, there is a link in the emergency DLC mod spotlight that I did. You can find it there. So I will never do a mod spotlight on paid mods, because they're not public. You have to pay for them, and that just seems kind of like a crappy thing to do. Like, show off these mods and be like, oh, by the way, you gotta pay for them. So anyway, moving on. Let's go ahead and jump in last weekend. What a crazy week it was. So last week was a the 1 week of us being in the new apartment, continue unpacking and running into a ton of problems with this new apartment. So I actually had a conversation with the maintenance guy, and he had told me that no one has actually lived in this apartment for over 6 months prior to us moving in. So there is a lot of issues with the apartment, and I talked to the office manager, and they basically said, hey, we're not going to fix it because it's just temporary. So first things first is one of the pipes that run out underneath in the wall in the storage unit out back is all cut up. There's all kinds of holes in it from where they were working, I guess, on the outside AC unit. I'm going to guess it's a condensation pipe. I'm not 100% certain. I'm not an HVAC guy or a plumber, but there's definitely a constant drip of water coming from something in the roof in the outside storage unit. It looks like it's somehow connected to the AC. So I'm guessing it's like a condensation pipe or something. I'm not, again, I have no clue, but it's definitely dripping quite a bit. So basically, I have an old plastic tree stand, for like Christmas tree stand. I just put it on top of the stuff we have sitting out there, so it's just running into that, and then I dump it out, put it back. Our doorknob handle, or doorknob lock, was not working. They actually replaced that because it is a security issue. I couldn't lock the handle on my doorknob, because if I did, then, well, I couldn't get in because the key wouldn't work. Even the maintenance had come over and stuck his key in, and he was like, I couldn't even get in. But the key works for everything else. So it was just, he said it was just the handle screwed up. So now he took the handle off our old apartment and put it on our current apartment. So I guess the doorknob came with us, but I'm back to a 2-key system. It's supposed to be 1 key unlocks the doorknob and deadbolt. Over at the other place, they replaced deadbolt and gave us a different key to deadbolt. So I had a key for deadbolt, key for the handle. Here we had 1 key, and now we're back to 2 keys. So yeah, there's that. The sink is also constantly backing up. I actually had to go out and buy a separate plunger just to keep downstairs, because the sink keeps backing up, and pretty much the maintenance guy told me until that stops working, he's not going to do anything else. He said that as long as you plunge it and it works, that's what he would come out when if he got a work order, that's what he would come out and do. And if it worked, then that's all he would do. He said it took another apartment. The water was backed up in the sink for 3 days before they actually got a plumber to come out and look at it. So, yeah, that's where we're at with that. Yeah, so many problems. I already cannot wait. Not to mention the whole mailing issues. We went to the post office to change our our mail address, and to have it forwarded to the new apartment, so any packages would be dropped off at the apartment. If it was just strictly for like envelopes, like I wouldn't mind just keeping the same mailbox, but for packages, like we want them to come to our new apartment. So we went in and we filled out the paperwork like 2 weeks before the week we moved, and we hadn't heard anything. So we went back up there, and the woman was like, "Oh yeah, you have to fill it out again." So we filled it out again, and we're like, "What about our keys?" Like, and she wrote all our information down. She's like, "Oh, you'll get a phone call when they change the locks, and you can come in and pick up the keys." So I went. That was like a Monday. And then Friday I went back up there because I hadn't got a phone call, and I was talking to the guy who's usually working the desk, and he was just he looked at me completely confused when I said that she told me I would get a phone call, and he was like, no, and basically he was bewildered by the whole situation because other residents had come in to switch their address and all that. And he was just utterly confused on the whole situation. I was like, buddy, I'm living there, and I'm confused on the whole situation. Like, nothing they've told us has actually worked out. So I had to explain to the mail guy what was going on, and he was like, this is so bizarre. I've never heard of anything like this. And I was like, you and me both, bud. You and me. At least you just have to deal with the mail. I have to live there and deal with the whole shebang. It's chaotic, but anyway, that was my week in a nutshell. Not to mention going over and helping my dad because all of the stuff going on with him. Good news with him is so he has to go in regularly to do. It's almost like an acupuncture sort of thing where they poke little rods in him and then they hook it up to electricity or something. They shock him to see how the muscles and nerves respond to the electricity. And basically for all this time that he's been doing this, like his one leg has, like, the nerves were so damaged they weren't reacting at all. The good news is today, or this week, he went in and like there was some reaction, so he's starting to get a little bit of control back in that leg, which he hadn't like, it's been numb to him for over a year now. So, and he's just been like in excruciating pain because he had what was it, bone spurs or something like that, and it was tearing at the nerves in his leg. So it was completely numb, but he could feel the pain. Like, he couldn't feel his leg, but he could feel the pain from that, and he's still dealing with that. And they said that it could take 2 years for the nerves to regrow or repair themselves or something, and then there might be a chance that he can live pain-free, but they have to wait to see what happens there. So it's a good sign that he's actually getting some sort of reaction in his leg from that. But yeah, anyway, for those of you who care about that sort of thing, I just wanted to keep you guys an update on what's going on with my dad. Anyway, let's move on to this week and what to expect this week. So I got everything uploaded last week with the exception of my Monday video. It's recorded. I recorded that earlier in the week, so there will definitely be a Monday video, but Sunday will be the Feenix moment for sure. You guys should have got a the coldest unboxing video on Saturday, I believe. There will be another one this week. I'm getting ahead of myself, but Sunday will be a Feenix moment for sure. You're watching it now. If you're not, you're missing out. You really are. But you're also missing that because you're not watching to hear that you're missing it. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Monday will be a Farming Sim 22 mod spotlight. It will be a map mod spotlight on a map that I've got a lot of questions about. What map was that? So we're gonna tour that map. That was actually recorded right after last week's mod spotlight, so I knew I was gonna get questions. That was actually supposed to be recorded beforehand, and anyway. Tuesday will be a Sons of the Forest video. We've got plenty of that to get through. So much. Wednesday will be a mod spotlight. We're going to be doing everything we didn't get to cover last week. Thursday will be a police simulator video. I still have a couple more of those. Friday will be a Feenix Plays. I'm not quite sure what Feenix will be playing, but Feenix will be playing something. And then Saturday will be more Dying Light for sure. There should be also a Coldest video. I'm not quite sure what day, but it'll definitely be up this week. So be on the lookout for all that this week. I also have some CSGO footage to post up. I've been so busy, I have not had time to do this stuff, but I surely will knock some stuff out Sunday to post up for the week. I promise. As far as live stream goes, Farming Friday is a sure thing. PJ should be back this week unless he's got something else that came up. And then Saturday is kind of like whatever. We did ATS last week, so that was a request from PJ's. So if somebody else has another request, we'll do that. But if not, we'll go by whoever shows up and what everybody wants to play. So that's how those usually work. But I think that's all I got for you guys. Short, sweet, to the point. I'm gonna go upstairs and go to bed because I'm just so tired. I don't even want to be recording this video. Like, I just want to crawl in bed and go to sleep. But if you guys did like this video, though, do me a huge favor and leave a like down below. It does help me out so very much, and I do appreciate it so very much. If you guys do want to see future Farming Simulator 22 Feenix moments, be sure to click that subscribe button. If you guys want to be notified whenever I do go live or upload a video, click that notification bell. As always, guys, thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.